Attention, attention, Peely is calling on all members of the Banana Squad and needs to know if you're a part by dropping a like on today's video, so drop a like to let Peely know you're a part of this exclusive club. So throughout the past week in Fortnite, ever since update 13.30, we've seen a lot of developments and live events surrounding Party Royale, obviously with free rewards that we've been able to earn, exciting everybody, and even despite cars not being in the game yet, nor us having a confirmed release date for them, obviously with Epic Games working on these live events, there's something brewing up in the background of Chapter 2 to ultimately make sense of all the storyline related things or factors we've seen presented to us thus far, being the Season 3 live event, and everything in terms of how this is going to develop in the future, obviously leaked early from the file/coding. The storyline so far hasn't really been solidified or confirmed in terms of the direction of which it's going, initially starting with Chaos Agent being the puppet master behind everything, then him seeming to get vaulted in terms of his importance or the role he plays, and then Midas replacing him with his gold touch, and obviously now we don't see any of this and the authority has been taken over. Regardless, in today's video we're going to be going over the direction of which it's going to take throughout Season 3 going into Season 4, and let's just say we can expect things to start getting interesting now, considering the storyline actually started in Season 3 toward its end of Chapter 1, with all the meteors not only in the sky, this giant comet, but crashing down, and the warning posters. Quickly before we dive into any of that juicy information, however, make sure to rock code FriendlyMachine in the Fortnite item shop if you happen to buy anything, gift a friend, or simply want to support me, as I directly reinvest everything earned from this back into the channel to try and meet this 5 daily gift limit every single day by rewarding my most loyal of subscribers. So if you potentially want to receive a gift, make sure you hit the big red button and comment your Epic Games ID down below so perhaps I can get around to sending you your very own gift even in the next video. Even if you don't want to receive a gift, perhaps you're V-Bucks rich like Peely here, make sure to hit the big red button regardless, as 70% of all eyes on screen right now aren't subscribed, and we're getting incredibly closer by the day, growing in the mark of thousands with every 24-hour period that passes to 2 million total subscribers. And obviously you guys by subscribing now will not only help that, but will be an OG before this huge milestone. Okay, so the first thing to mention in regards to a live event or build up or hint toward it as of now, obviously when the water receded so far in Chapter 2 Season 3, I believe it was the 6th stage, there seemed to be a crash landed spaceship with tons of debris surrounding it or scattered off it from the crash in the water on the outskirts of craggy cliffs at the cliff edge. Upon further inspection with the water receding furthermore and us not having to go in replay mode to get even a closer look, we could not only see an astronaut-like character which we initially thought was Siona from obviously taking an initial glance instead of having a close-up look, but then upon entering the helmet we can see the face and structure already added by Epic Games into the coding or the game itself, being a male counterpart astronaut-like character in Chapter 2 Season 3 newly introduced, just like Siona herself, but the only thing it's unlike her in aspect of this anyways is the fact we've never seen this character, not in the Battle Pass or item shop or anywhere until now. Initially when this crash was teased in the Siona loading screen you're seeing on screen that can be earned throughout the Battle Pass itself, we could not see or predict this character was going to be inside this space capsule. Also, with this being in a loading screen attached to or surrounding the Siona character, this was also another reason upon distant looking at the spacecraft that people predicted Siona herself resided inside in the driver's seat. That's besides the point, however, without this even being a leaked skin, even more secretive of that as it's not contained in the coding or on any website that actually leaks cosmetics or outfits early, but data miners regardless have managed to pull it into the locker and lobby screen early, as you can see on screen. The more interesting thing as briefly referred to about this crash space capsule from Out of This World, which is also describing the Siona character in her bio as this too, is the fact that last chapter in this particular season, Season 3, we obviously were preparing to see a capsule of sorts hit the island inside a meteor, obviously of which was one to us late Season 3 and happened directly as the cinematic event in the Season 4 next season cinematic trailer. For those that don't know, this was responsible from initially turning OG Dusty Depot into Dusty Divot, and in the central point of Dusty Divot, the direct impact point or middle where the capsule landed out of the meteor, it seems the character had broken out. As the weeks went went by, we even saw this happening in loading screen form, revealing the visitor for the first time that ultimately started everything, being the first of 7 we know of, and is obviously responsible as to why we're now in Chapter 2, a completely new realm, island, dimension, or universe. Obviously, with this kicking off our storyline, this was a big moment for Fortnite Battle Royale, as it was the first game in Battle Royale's genre anyways to receive a storyline, or of sorts that wanted to be followed or was popular to such scale. And considering Epic Games obviously knew that everybody loved following along with this, they recreated these events again in Season X as a part of obviously commemorating the time capsule being pulled back from Season 4. So with Epic Games knowing that this would hit close to home or make us remember these more simplistic or OG storyline times, isn't it a coincidence that they're implementing in the same season of this chapter as the last one, a crashed space capsule as a hint pointing toward where the storyline can go in terms of a live event, then leading into the next Season 4 cinematic trailer? I think not. Also, to further back up that this will be linked to our storyline or play a big part in the future of Fortnite Season 3 regardless, is confirmed by what FireMonkey recently pulled out of the file/coding and tweeted the following about: "Stop the ship launch, special challenges, remember all the narrative traveler quest strings I leaked last season? Yep, those are being used this season. There are 3 missing parts, and on the final stage you'll have to power up the ship and have to defend the ship from attackers." Here is a full image of the coding he was able to determine this off, and also all the particular quests/challenges attached in mention, and then he follows up in the next tweet by stating, "What is really interesting to mention, however, is the fact we have narrative quest calls with this challenge set. Will this work like the visitor tapes we found in Season X, and thus we will get small bits of story told to us while doing these challenges? Guess that's up to us to find out." Believe it or not, after this he was able to dig more so into all of this and then tweeted the following. Also, one thing to note is that there is a quest for attacking the players to stop the ship from launching, so you may be able to pick to help the agent astronaut or to turn your back on the ancient astronaut, being the name of this male astronaut-like character, obviously that's now still currently unavailable. The final thing he then goes on to state in terms of the crash site itself regarding the ancient astronaut is the following: "Some more info, the parts you'll find, battery, thruster engine and heat shield. One of these parts states they are a cliff part, meaning that this is most likely related to the crashed spaceship seen underwater." Here are all the images of what parts he's referring to, despite the debris embedded into the mountain provided by Nutella, and obviously despite the water still covering the top of this spacecraft, even though it's very noticeable now even from the cliffside of Craggy Cliffs, this will then recede tomorrow on August 1st, again at the time of me recording this video, revealing the full thing that FireMonkey was able to determine or lower early in terms of the water level to view this. It's pretty obvious that this season overall has been entirely water-based, or around the water receding anyways, that people are hyping up until the release of cars, as Epic Games stated upon it receding so far, they'd be implemented, but yet again they've been delayed without a release date determined, so I guess we'll have to wait and see about that one. But regardless, obviously upon this receding tomorrow on August 1st, or when you're watching this video it may have already happened, there is a brand new named location called Atlantis in this ruined area that's going to be fully decrypted, as currently this is only what stands at the time of me recording this video, and this is what it reveals on the map overview in terms of where these structures will be located or the size of them when they are added or when you're watching this video. Despite this being a very popular upcoming or hype name location if it's already been added when you're watching this video, this sadly is attached to Aquaman, not anything storyline related or to do with the ancient astronaut, and this is based off or backed up by the correlation of these map changes we saw last season, based around the secret Battle Pass integrated skin Deadpool when he took over the yacht and kicked Meowscles out. Nevertheless though, this is the final water stage, so definitely expect all the map changes now to be related after this directly to developing what's upcoming for the live event, or at least preparing the island for it occurring. We also have yet to see cars, even despite them teasing they'd be upcoming upon the water receding so far, but not entirely, as we can see one crossing a trough of water over here near the Fortilla, or in the Fortilla from island to island in terms of the junk piles. Again, despite us not seeing cars currently, they're definitely now all confirmed to be added upon the final stage only rolling around, meaning no more excess water is flooding the island than in the prior seasons of this second chapter, Chapter 2, Season 1 and Season 2. And speaking of cars being delayed, surprisingly this hasn't affected currently, or what we know of as of now, our end date for Chapter 2, Season 3 displayed on the Battle Pass timer currently still sitting at August 27th, 2020. Considering the cars were initially shown off to be upcoming then in the Season 3 Battle Pass trailer, and obviously will want most hype or usage out of them during this toward its end at least, you would have thought that they'd push this date back, considering it's creeping more so close now to the end of Chapter 2 Season 3, as most of you will be watching this from the 1st of August onwards in 2020 or afterwards. For that reason, if you haven't leveled up entirely yet your Battle Pass or reached level 160 instead of all the visible rewards we can earn to unlock the max version of Eternal Night, then do not worry, considering not only will the season most likely get extended, but they should add overtime challenges too, considering we saw none last season despite the many extensions, and hopefully then we can earn a ton of XP from obviously completing the challenges contained within here, and it won't be as hard to reach the max reward, secret of that being like for last season, which required us to get to level 300 to unlock Agent Peely's fully engulfed gold enlightened form. Either way, with everything said and mentioned, I'd love to know your theories in the comment section down below, and that's all I've got for you guys in today's video, so thank you all for watching. Make sure to slap a like in it down below if you enjoyed or agree with anything I said or found interesting, or even want to keep referring back to it to watch it again. And don't forget, make sure to hit that big red button now if you haven't already, as you not only made it up until the end of the video, meaning you enjoyed it at least anyways I hope, but 70% of you guys still aren't subscribed. And hopefully with that said, I can recognise you then remaining active not only in the next video's comment section, but across all the future videos on the channel to come. And I'm out, so have an amazing rest of your day or night wherever you are, whenever you're watching. Have a good one, take it easy, and as always, peace.